Senate will please come to order. It's my pleasure to welcome this cool Tuesday morning for our devotional exercise, Reverend Caitlin McCrae of Richmond Congregational Church. Welcome, Reverend.
Thank you. Good morning, Senators. I'd like you to remember Saturday morning when it was a little bit warmer outside. I have can you all hear me okay? Yeah. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter named Anna, and she likes to help walk and take care of our dog, who is a 70-pound golden retriever that she calls Woof. The dog's name is Coda, but she calls the dog Woof. She likes to feed Woof dry food for breakfast and dinner. And sometimes we let her walk the dog on our retractable dog leash that stretches about 20 feet. It's always a question of who is walking who, but with the retractable dog leash, the dog can stop and sniff, and my daughter can go ahead. And as long as we don't reach the end of the rope, everyone's okay. But my daughter weighs 28 pounds and the dog weighs 70 pounds. So there are occasions where we do reach the end of the rope. The dog sits down. My daughter can't move the dog. She tries, "Come on, Woof." But Woof doesn't move. On Saturday morning, we were out enjoying that gorgeous 40 degrees, and the dog went down a snowy embankment, and the leash got taut. And my daughter let go of the leash, and the leash retracted and scared the dog. So now the dog was down an embankment. I'm up there not wearing snow boots, not ready to trudge down the icy embankment to get the dog. So I had to scooch down because my dog gets kind of anxious. "Come on, Woof, come on." And then my daughter scooched down too. "Come on, Woof, come on." Eventually the dog came back up the embankment. This time I put her on the leash. So you might be wondering why I'm telling you about walking a dog this morning. Well, one of my favorite scriptures from the Hebrew Bible, the prophet Micah says, "What does the Lord require of you but to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with your God?" Now, there is a correlation between walking the dog and walking humbly. Like life, religion, and politics, when there's too much tension and we're at the end of our rope, none of us can really go anywhere. It's much easier to move together when we're not stretched thin or constantly trying to tug at each other. It's easier to walk when we're headed in the same direction. When we stop being connected to each other, no one can really move ahead. And when we disagree on a direction, no one can move ahead either. So sometimes we have to stoop low and say, "Come on over here," so that we can find our rhythm and walk together. Senators, my hope and my prayer for you both this morning and in your legislative work in general this session is that you're able to walk pleasant paths together, that you don't get stuck down too many embankments, and that you are able to find a common direction to walk, so that you're not stretched to the end of your ropes, and the work that you two do together can be mutually beneficial for all Vermonters. Walking the dog, just like working together, it seems, is good for all of us, even when we have to stoop low at times. May the Holy One be with you in your work, in your walking, and I hope you get some time to get outside this winter too. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Reverend. It was wonderful.
Have a great day.
Thank you. I'll invite senators to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Are there any announcements this morning? We have two referrals under Rule 31. Senate Bill S-188, an act relating to regulating licensed small cannabis cultivation as farming, being on the calendar for notice, which carries an appropriation or requires an expenditure of funds under Rule 31, is referred to the Committee on Finance. And S-173, an act relating to the State House Oversight Committee, being on the calendar for notice, which carries an appropriation or requires an expenditure of funds under Rule 31, is also referred to the Committee on Appropriations. We have a weekend adjournment resolution to take up at this time, JRS 42, relating to weekend adjournment. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
JRS 42, joint resolution relating to weekend adjournment. Resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives that when the two houses adjourn on Friday, February 18, 2022, it be to meet again no later than Tuesday, February 22, 2022.
Now you've heard the reading of the resolution. The question is, shall the Senate adopt the resolution on its part? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've adopted the resolution. This brings us to the orders of the day. We have on the calendar for third reading S-122, an act relating to the required votes of presidential electors. Third reading was ordered on February 11th. Are there any amendments before third reading? Please listen to the third reading of S-122.
S-122, an act relating to the required votes of presidential electors.
The question is, shall the bill pass? Are you ready for the question?
Roll call, please.
The senator from Essex Orleans has requested a roll call vote on S-122. Are you ready for the question? The question is, shall the bill pass? The secretary is kindly asked to call the roll.
Senator Ballant.
Yes.
Senator Baruch.
Yes.
Senator Benning.
No.
Senator Bray.
Yes.
Senator Brock.
No.
Senator Campion.
Yes.
Senator Chittenden.
Yes.
Senator Clarkson.
Yes.
Senator Collimore.
No.
Senator Cummings.
Yes.
Senator Hardy.
Yes.
Senator Hooker.
Yes.
Senators, I'm sorry. I'm going to ask again that if you have electronics, that they are put on silent. If you have calendars or emails open on your computer that require notifications, that you turn them off or you close them. Thank you.
Senator Ingalls.
No.
Senator Kitchell.
Yes.
Senator Lyons.
Yes.
Senator McDonald.
Yes.
Senator Mazza.
Yes.
Senator McCormack.
Yes.
Senator Nitka.
Yes.
Senator Parent.
No.
Senator Pearson.
Yes.
Senator Perschlick. Senator Polina.
Yes.
Senator Ron Hinsdale.
Yes.
Senator Sears.
Yes.
Senator Sirotkin.
Yes.
Senator Starr.
Yes.
Senator Terenzini.
No.
Senator Westman.
No.
Senator White.
Yes.
Senator Perschlick.
Senator, kindly unmute. Senator, we cannot hear you. Unfortunately, we can't hear you. And unfortunately, the secretary informs me that we should not do a rule suspension in the middle of a roll call, so we won't be able to count you. Please listen to the results of your vote. The yeas 22, the nays 7, and you've passed S 122. We also have on the calendar for third reading, H 361, an act relating to approval of amendments to the charter of the town of Brattleboro. Third reading was ordered on February 11th. Are there any amendments before third reading? Please listen to the third reading of H 361.
H 361, an act relating to approval of amendments to the charter of the town of Brattleboro.
The question is, shall the bill pass in concurrence? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
No. No.
The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you've passed H 361 in concurrence. We have on the calendar for action S 169, an act relating to education property tax overpayments by a municipality or school district, which was introduced on January 4th. It was referred to the Committee on Finance, which reports it has considered the bill and recommended the bill be amended as appears on page 458, today's calendar, and that when so amended, the bill ought to pass. The bill was then referred to the Committee on Appropriations, which reports that the recommendation of amendment of the Committee on Finance be amended as also set forth on page 458 of today's calendar, and that when so amended, the bill ought to pass. Please listen to the second reading of S 169.
S 169, an act relating to education property tax overpayments by a municipality or school district.
The senator from Washington, Senator Cummings, is recognized for the report of the Committee on Finance.
Thank you, Madam President. May I speak to the bill and the amendments?
You may.
Okay, thank you. This bill does two things. It returns $20,962 in property tax payments to the city of Barry. And it sets up a system so that similar payments can be made by the Secretary of Education, and communities that have overpaid don't have to wait for a legislative session and legislative bills to have their money refunded. The city of Barry has a TIF district. And in that TIF district, there is one very large new building that went up. The building was appraised. The owners of the building appealed the appraisal. They appealed it, I believe, all the way to the Supreme Court, and the appraisal was lowered. In the meantime, the city of Barry owed their property tax payments to the state, and they paid them. So now the appraisal has been lowered, and the city of Barry has overpaid by almost $21,000. This bill returns that money to the city of Barry. And the first item of amendment was the original bill said no later than fiscal year 2023. The committee said, look, the city of Barry has been waiting. just make it by June 30, 2022. So in this fiscal year, we will return the money to the city of Barry. The next change that was made is annually on or before June 30th, the secretary may authorize refunds. So the Secretary of Education from the Ed Fund to a municipality or school district for that municipality or school district's overpayment of the statewide education property tax during the immediately preceding 4 fiscal years, provided the overpayment were caused by clerical or administrative error or miscalculation. Annually on or before January 15th, the secretary shall report, and we had originally put to the General Assembly. The secretary said, please don't make me have to write another report. Let me just let the committees of jurisdiction. So General Assembly, our second proposal of amendment is to strike General Assembly and to add the committees of Finance and Ways and Means. This allows the committees of jurisdiction to just understand that, you know, what's being refunded and what's happening so that we do have oversight. And then the final amendment, it says it authorizes again the refund to municipalities and from the Secretary of Education. And we added after consulting with the tax commissioner, because the tax commissioner, there is another similar program for overpayments of property taxes by municipalities that doesn't handle this specific issue. So we just want to make sure that everybody touches base to ensure that there isn't some double payment that could happen. And finally, the effective date is changed to on passage. This was all in an effort to get money back to the city of Barry. That's a significant amount of money for a small school district that regularly takes 2, and this year it was 3 votes to pass its school budget. The vote in committee was 7-0-0, and we asked this body to concur.
Thank you, Senator. And the senator from Caledonia, Senator Kitchell, is recognized for the report of the Committee on Appropriations.
Thank you, Madam President. The Appropriations Committee amendment was needed to reflect the fact that we had taken that $20,962 refund and appropriated it in the FY22 Budget Adjustment Act. We felt that that moved it along faster. It would have to be appropriated, and the BAA was the most expeditious way of authorizing the payment. So we, in the first instance of amendment, we struck this section appropriating the $20,962 because we had already taken care of it by including it in the budget adjustment. And then we, in the second instance of amendment, we did not need to make this effective upon passage because we had dealt with the payment to the city of Barry. And because we were past the January 15th deadline for the secretary to report to the committees, then it would be next January and the bill would be in effect at that time. So that is the reason we simply made the effective date July 1st, 2022. And the vote in committee was 5-0-2. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator. I've consulted with the secretary, and the way that these amendments are drafted, you will first take up the amendments offered by the Committee on Finance and then the amendments offered by the Committee on Appropriations. So the first question is, shall the bill be amended as recommended by the Committee on Finance? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please unmute and say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've amended the bill as recommended by the Committee on Finance. The question now is, shall the Senate amend the bill as recommended by the Committee on Appropriations. Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please
Madam
say.
President.
Yep, the senator from Chittenden is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. I certainly have no objection with the amendment, but I can't help but point out that Finance, where the committee of jurisdiction on this bill, hadn't had the chance to look at the appropriations amendment, and I would just put my my stake down, I guess, that in general, the committee be offered the chance to review amendments before we're asked to vote on them on the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the Senate amend the bill as recommended by the Committee on Appropriations? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've amended the bill as recommended by the Committee on Appropriations. The question now is, shall the bill be read for the third time? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've ordered third reading of S 169. We have a joint resolution to take up at this time, JRH 15, a joint resolution extending the application of temporary joint rule 22A through Tuesday, March 8th, 2022, which was introduced by Representative Long of Windham and was read and adopted by the House on February 11th. Please listen to the reading of the resolution.
JRH 15, joint resolution extending the application of temporary joint rule 22A through Tuesday, March 8, 2022.
Now you've heard the reading of the resolution. The question is, shall the Senate adopt the resolution in concurrence? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
No.
The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it, and you've adopted the resolution in concurrence. This does complete the orders of the day. The senator from Windham is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Pending announcements, I move that the Senate stand in adjournment until 1 p.m. Wednesday, February 16th.
The senator from Windham has moved that, subject to any announcements, the Senate do adjourn until Wednesday, February 16th at 1 p.m. Are there any announcements? The senator from Chittenden, Senator Lyons, is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Health and Welfare will meet 10 minutes after the fall of the gavel.
And the senator from Washington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Finance will meet at 1:30.
The senior senator from Bennington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Judiciary will meet at 10:15 a.m.
And the junior senator from Bennington is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Education will meet at 1:30.
The senator from Addison is recognized.
Madam President, Senate Natural Resources and Energy will meet at 10:15.
The senator from Chittenden, Senator Srotkin, is recognized. Kindly unmute, Senator. There we go.
Madam President, Senate Economic Development will meet at 10:15.
The senator from Windham is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Government Operations will meet at 1:30, and Senate Reapportionment will meet tomorrow morning at 7:30 with lots of coffee.
The senator from Essex Orleans is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Ag will meet at 10:15.
And the junior senator from Caledonia is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. Institutions will meet at 1 o'clock.
The senator from Windsor is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. I have two announcements. The first is rather mundane, the Senate Democratic Caucus will meet at 12:15. We'll have updates on Act 250 and on our mental health bills and updates from all the committee chairs. If we have time to go through them all. That's 12:15. If you want the link for the public, it is on the legislative webpage. And on a more exciting note, today we celebrate the Ides of February by celebrating our majority whip, whose birthday is today. And it's an unusual day. Lots of interesting things happen in history. In 1879, President Hayes signs a bill allowing female attorneys to argue cases before the Supreme Court. That was a surprise to me. And in 1946, the first electronic general purpose computer, the ENIAC, is dedicated at the University of Pennsylvania. And I know, having spent time on sabbatical in England, our whip will be interested to know that in 1952, King George VI was buried at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. And Nature, in 2001, Nature published the first draft of the complete human genome. So lots of interesting things. It's the special feast day of Sigrid of Sweden and Claude de la Colombière. And Ethel Merman died on this day in 1984, as did Nat King Cole in 1965. And we also celebrate the birth of Galileo in 1564, Charles Tiffany, of course, who founded Tiffany's in 1812, and the divine Susan B. Anthony in 1820, Claire Bloom, and Jane Seymour. So an illustrious day made even more so by our wonderful whip, Cheryl Hooker. Senator Hooker, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Senator Hooker.
Thank you.
Are there any additional announcements? The senator from Windham is recognized.
Thank you, Madam President. First, before I forget, I'm going to ask the senator from Washington, Senator Perchlik, to make sure you contact IT so we can figure out what was going on with your feed. Thank you. Secondly, it is Tuesday. I'd like to read a snippet of an author that's giving me inspiration. This morning, an excerpt from one of my favorite British writers, Jacqueline Winspear. Truth walks towards us on the paths of our questions. As soon as you think you have the answer, you have closed the path and may miss vital new information. Wait a while in the stillness and do not rush to conclusions, no matter how uncomfortable the unknowing. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator. The senator from Windham is moved. The Senate adjourn until Wednesday, February 16th at 1 p.m. Are you ready for the question?
Just emailed you the most up-to-date agenda.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and the Senate stands adjourned until Wednesday,